Sweetheart, 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 don't cross the drone in the ocean.
Hello.
I'm Alma.
And I'm Greg, and we're in love. So, we're here today at the beautiful Merritt Resort. It's beautiful. They got a great pool.
There's also a slide for the children.
Great, and a great view of the ocean. So we couldn't pick a better spot to tell you a brief history of how we met online, how we came to be together here in the Philippines, and where we hope to be in a few years. So we met about a year ago online. We both had plenty of bad experiences before meeting. I think we both just tried dating sites, and we both found just an incredible number of fakes on dating sites. It's just amazingly overridden with crazies and people that really you have no interest in. But the biggest thing I found over the couple of years that I was dating online was that the ladies are just going to ask you for money. They're going to say I love you, and if they can't video chat, don't even bother. That's the biggest thing, because you find one that video chats for an hour or two, she's not fake because she's genuinely interested. So what did you encounter online, sweetheart?
Yes, I encounter many bad experience in dating online. Many fakes and liars. Mostly guys.
I hope it was guys. What did they always want?
Sexy pics, asking sexy pics.
The ladies want your money, the guys want your body. That sounds about right, doesn't it? But so we kind of got jaded on the dating sites, and after about 4 years for me and about 2, I believe, for her, we were both just about ready to throw in the towel and quit. But we both had a friend that kind of turned us on to where we met, and that's Facebook groups. So my friend Pat married a Filipino, a wonderful lady named Hamaya, and a big shout out to you and Hamaya, Pat, thank you so much, otherwise we wouldn't be together. But he suggested that I look for a Filipino lady, that they're very down to earth, they're very loving, they really take care of their men, they love God, they love older men, and all of that sounded great to me. And so he suggested some of these Facebook groups that put together Filipinas and American or Western men. So that was how I came about it. How did you?
Me too. One of my friends in Facebook named Maris, she suggests me to enter in Facebook groups, and then when I enter in Facebook groups, I immediately post my pictures.
Yes, and I think it was your very first post, if I recall. I think you told me that before, that somebody asked you to put your picture and your age up. And so I was scrolling through that post, and I discovered Alma, and I thought, there's no way this lady's as old as she is, 40-something. Do you want me to tell them how old, sweetheart? Anyway, I thought, no way a lady at 40 years old can look this beautiful. So I texted just a real short message because I didn't want to waste my time. I figured she had all kinds of guys responding to her. But lo and behold, she got back with me, and it just took off from there. I was amazed at the chemistry. She is funny like you would not believe. And in the same way I am, I have a really crazy, silly sense of humor that not everybody gets, but she not only gets it, she'd take my jokes and make a joke on top of it that makes it funnier. And we spent as much time laughing as anything else, but we had this immediate chemistry that was just amazing. And even though I told her that I wanted to be just friends for a while, because trust is not easy to come by online, and I thought if we're just friends, we'll build trust, and we can take months or a year, whatever it takes. But the chemistry I couldn't ignore it. And so in a month, I had declared her as a relationship online, and she's kind of got her funny story about that.
He too very funny. I did not expect that he show me, he take picture and he show me here big hole of his nose.
Right? Well,
And I look at the hole of his nose if there's bogart inside.
okay, kind of off the topic. But yeah, so when I declared her as my relationship, I guess she had no load and couldn't
Yes.
tell.
I saw him, he posted in Facebook on his timeline of the pics, but I did not thinking that is me.
So when I posted online that I was in a relationship and she had no load, she couldn't
Yes.
tell that it was her. So for a couple of days, she was in kind of limbo, not knowing whether she was the one or not. Now, after a year, we decided we needed to see each other in person. So here we are in the Philippines. All I could get was a 1-month visa, so we're real close to the end of that month. And it's been a really great ride the month. We started out in her town, province town of Canlaon, at the foot of an active volcano. Unfortunately, we didn't have the time or resources to get up to that volcano. I sure would have loved to have seen it closer. But we did see some pretty cool stuff. What was your favorite thing, sweetheart?
The big tree, the century tree. That is my
Beautiful.
first time.
That was awesome.
I'm living there, but that is my first time.
In your whole years, you've never been to the century tree, even though it's 5 miles away.
Yes.
It's not easy to get to, but that's still surprising. It's the biggest and oldest tree in the Philippines,
Yes,
1,300
it's a baliti
years.
tree.
And it's so huge that it takes many people to stand around it, to touch hands. I don't know, 30 people, it's huge. And it stands up so tall that on the horizon on the way there, you can see it standing up above the other trees. Very beautiful. Sadly, I forgot to push the play button when I was flying the drone, so the great aerial footage I thought I was taking, I wasn't. Oops. So, but we do have some pictures of it we can share with you. And it's a crazy tree how you can walk inside the trunk of it, and not because it's cut out, just because it grew that way. And when you're in the trunk, you can see that it looks like it's 100 different trees all wrapped together. But really, a really cool place to visit.
Yes.
For me, I think I enjoyed the falls more.
Yes. But when you're coming there, it's very strong rain, and you got a worms on your legs
Yes,
because of the wood.
she's referring to an injury, well, more of a wound. It wasn't really an injury that I got in approaching the falls. Where I slipped, it was on the trail where it wasn't adjacent to the river, and I smacked my leg into a piece of wood and
And
chopped
also,
it up
sweetheart,
pretty
you
decent.
leave my favorite jacket there in that place.
Funny how that was your favorite jacket, since I had just bought it for you a week before for 20 pesos at used clothing. Suddenly it's your favorite jacket. But, so anyways, yes, we got rained on big time, but at least the rain let up a little bit there that I was able to record some drone footage, which I haven't reviewed yet. I don't know how good it is, but it was only a few minutes worth before the rain came. So, but mostly a fantastic time in Canlaon. It was just some challenges that I guess I knew I was going to have to face, but didn't make it any easier. Mainly the bathroom is primitive, and toilet doesn't flush. There's no toilet seat, there's no sink. The floor is always wet because they have a different way of cleaning themselves after using the bathroom here. No toilet paper. Try your hands in water.
Because no tiles already, it's only a cement.
Right, no tiles. So there's
Simple bathroom.
so you never really know
In
if
the
it's clean,
Philippines.
and you never really know why it's wet either. So that took some getting used to. Also the cooking. Cooking over an open fire is a challenge. And you don't have burners, so you're cooking everything in one pan. There's no oven, so if you want to make bread or a cake, forget about it.
Cooking using in wood.
Yes, using
Dry
in wood.
wood.
In wood. We're using in wood, and it is a challenge. So for the last week, we've been in Cebu, well, the island of Cebu. We're north of Cebu, about an hour and a half. And we're here visiting Pat and Hamaya, who are partially responsible, as well as her friend Maurice, for us being together. And they've been so hospitable to us and made us a great barbecue and taken us around and showed us the city, and just been a great time. So here we are, a whole year and a month, oh, not quite a month, into our relationship. And, other than some culture clashes here in the Philippines that we didn't expect before I came, it's been just an incredible month. So now we're faced with the future. Not as happy as the last month. We have some real big challenges to face here. I doubt you're aware of it if you don't already know about the Philippines, but it's probably the only country around, that I'm aware of anyways, that doesn't allow divorce, and sadly Alma's still married. She hasn't seen the guy in 14 years, and so we have to get an annulment, which takes years to happen and costs a fortune, especially on my income. I really don't make a lot of money back in the States. So it would have taken me a couple of years just to save for a house so that we could come here and be together and live together. But now we have this expensive annulment hanging over us, and we have no idea how we're going to pay for that. So part of the plan is YouTube videos. We hope that works, but beyond that, we're not really sure. We hope that the good Lord has a plan for us. Well, that's the condensed version of our history.
Yes.
We hope you liked it.
Yes.
And we hope to keep you interested to see how it turns out, and we're praying that we have a happily ever after ending. So remember, as always, please remember to like,
Comment,
subscribe,
share.
goodbye.
Bye.